Hmm.
And a good turnout today, 19 members in the competitors today. Definitely going to be, pretty decent turnout for a competition that was, specifically designed to show the interest here in New South Wales and Sydney with our Pokemon Tournament gaming.
Yeah. So here we have Arkington's team consisting of Ferrothorn, Raichu, Salamence, Xerneas, Clefairy, and Kyogre. And of course, Mitch is running a team based around Smeagol, Bronzong, Kyogre, Talonflame, Kangaskhan, and Xerneas.
Those teams, despite a couple of quite different Pokemon, they're actually quite similar teams in general in terms of the actual Pokemon being used.
Yeah.
If you take out maybe if you swap Smeagol for Clefairy and bring in
Well, certainly, Intimidate plus Friend Guard is actually really quite helpful for Arkington against a lot of the physical attackers. And of course, we've seen Mitch running Pokemon like obviously Kangaskhan and Talonflame. So the combination of that worked rather well.
Those physical attackers really going to be struggling there against the potential combination of just constantly getting redirected by the Follow Me.
That as well, yes.
Can't believe that misplay. Close combating into a. Like if I chip the Kyogre, then I'll.
Hearing some commentary from Daniel.
Daniel Walker really.
I just want everyone to know that I misplayed by close combating the Xerneas switch, and that was a very retarded play. Very, very, very bad.
Daniel there acknowledging a couple of mistakes made in his match against Mitch, which got him into the final.
I should have predicted the burn as well.
Momentum.
Momentum.
You haven't mentioned.
Yeah, the incredible momentum obviously that these guys are going through as well.
Yeah.
Mitch getting quite confidently going through a lot of the matches there. Although not as confidently as Arkington, who I think only lost once or twice today. Taking and how did that go in the semi-finals?
Okay, so Kyogre and Raichu are leading against Smeagol and Xerneas.
Definitely going to look at the potential that both of them are obviously using fake out users right now, and the chances that we have of Raichu obviously outspeeding and getting that fake out first, whether they want to stop the Smeagol or the Xerneas, is really going to be a decision on Arkington's side.
So I think here that the immediate threat, obviously, or the immediate concern rather, is certainly Smeagol, and
They're both massive threats.
That's what it says. Would we expect Xerneas to set up as well? So I'm not sure if Arkington is running Nuzzle or not.
I actually believe he is, yeah. The Nuzzle, as actually at one point earlier having to Nuzzle himself to prevent him from actually getting put asleep by a Smeagol earlier in the competition. So definitely interesting strategies that have had to come from Arkington, and it's the reason that forward thinking and really predicting something like the Dark Void, putting him above the rest to really prove what it is that he can do. Not to mention possibly paralysing himself, harnessing his, limiting his speed, actually possibly helping him in that trick room environment that the Bronzong may want to set up. The fake out onto the Xerneas, preventing the possible Geomancy there.
We see the Water Spout as well. Okay, so that's right. We see Mitch's Smeagol is obviously built for a trick room situation. And
down goes
Xerneas goes down with Water Spout. Ooh, okay.
And the
Dark
Dark
Void gets off. Yep.
Interesting to see possibly what the Raichu is holding, perhaps a Lumberry for this kind of thing. The Kyogre obviously holding the Blue Orb, so definitely getting put to sleep.
Yes, I don't think Raichu. Yeah. Usually the item for Raichu is usually you expect Focus Sash or the Magnet, I believe, to help if they're wanting to be a physical and take out Kyogre, because that is possible with Raichu in this metagame as well. Be a physical and built for taking out Kyogre.
Despite losing a big offensive threat like Xerneas in that first turn, Mitch now really, in a way, in the driver's seat with half of the Pokemon, his opponents asleep, giving him the potential to actually have 2 or 3 turns to really set up his game plan and take care of Arkington's Pokemon to possibly give him the win.
So in comes Kangaskhan. You would think that in Arkington's situation here, he's obviously got to deal with the fact that his Smeagol. Sorry, Mitch. You're thinking Mitch. Okay, so Raichu's asleep, and yeah, sorry, my bad. Raichu and Kyogre are asleep. Obviously Mitch has his Smeagol and Kangaskhan out, and yeah, I can't. So it's pretty much Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan gets to select its target and what Mitch would feel is more of a threat, whether it be Raichu or Kyogre. And obviously Raichu has a lot of things it can do against him. So, but obviously getting damage off on Kyogre is also very, very crucial as well. Okay, so Raichu faints, and Kyogre stays asleep.
Okay. You're right in the camera right now.
Yeah.
There you go, Arkington back on camera. Sorry, I actually missed what happened. It was a return there from
Into Raichu, yes.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, definitely had the possibility. What did the Smeagol do? Because I missed it.
Smeagol, Smeagol did nothing really, pretty much.
Dark Void.
Nothing of consequence.
So the Dark Void and the possibility of the switch there. Which is obviously something he had to keep in mind. So
okay, so we see Xerneas come in here, and on Mitch's end, and yeah,
actually on Arkington Xerneas. So one thing you could be looking at is obviously because it will be faster, the Xerneas getting a Dazzling Gleam off and disallowing that Dark Void from coming back anymore. However, that does obviously risk the potential for double edge on either of his Pokemon.
Actually so used to actually being on the left-hand side like we were doing before. That's why I'm actually calling out each player's Pokemon incorrectly. Yeah, so my apologies for that. In terms here, it looks like Kyogre being asleep isn't a really good thing for Arkington.
Of course, now you can see him trying to channel it through the plush, trying to get Kyogre to wake up. Arkington holding that
and it'll be interesting to see. I don't believe Arkington's Xerneas runs any defense. So okay, so Mitch obviously here to switch into his own Kyogre.
Preserving potential fake out pressure and not to mention not letting it go down to the potential Dazzling Gleam so that Dark Void can maybe come in handy later.
So yeah, we have the fake out come in, and wow, that does quite a lot of damage. Oh, it's return, my bad.
Yeah,
we're
doing quite a bit of damage and
Dazzling
showing not much defensive investment, if any, into the Xerneas.
And Water Spout, I don't believe...
Definitely going to take out that Kangaskhan.
Take out that Kangaskhan, definitely.
And this just put Arkington in a much better position with Kyogre waking up there. Obviously, there's no chance of the Smig or anything. Arkington celebrating the awakening of his Kyogre, of course. Yeah, definitely something to put him into a much better position now that he can comfortably get rid of the Smeagol, unless it's Spiky Shield. And the Kyogre definitely in a less than preferable position since it doesn't outspeed either of them. Not to mention, of course, the last Pokemon that we've seen in the back, and Arkington taking the first game there, Mitch moving to not giving away any more information and forfeiting.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what sort of adjustments each player makes this game.
There was definitely a bit of almost a comeback situation from Arkington there. Definitely put in quite a tight situation from Mitch very early on. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments Arkington makes to possibly give himself a better position, and what Mitch will get. What Mitch will get to actually try and take the next game to take this to game 3. So what do you think there? What do you think really would have assisted Mitch in taking that game there? What do you think he could have done differently?
Mitch.
Or did Arkington really just put him into a hole, and when Kyogre woke up on Arkington's side, that really did pull through for him?
Well, I think I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm actually just trying to think about focusing too much on what might happen here in this game, to be honest with you.
Well, maybe we'll see. Obviously, the players have to think about that and appropriate it for the next game coming.
Yeah.
Doing whatever it is they can to obviously take the next win. Arkington to get that glorious first prize, and second game win for Mitch would take it to game 3, which is obviously the question for you.
Okay, so. Okay, so Arkington will lead with Raichu and Koga.
I believe that was the same lead, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Mitch lead with Kangaskhan and Bronzong. Okay.
Definitely looking to the Trick Room there, clearly realizing that the fact that he doesn't outspeed is a huge issue for him.
Yep.
And the Trick Room is vital to game 2 win.
Okay, so Bronzong as a lead here, you would think would set up the Trick Room, and that Kangaskhan here, I imagine, would still outspeed, under normal circumstances, would still outspeed the Kyogre anyway, so if anything, Trick Room actually might benefit that Kyogre. But yeah, Kangaskhan, so to combat this, he fakes out the Kyogre and sets up Trick Room. Okay.
Do you think that Arkington probably should have seen that kind of a thing coming and actually going for
then again,
onto the Trick Room, use the Bronzong?
Yeah, but then again, I'm actually not sure what sort of speed investment the Arkington's Kyogre has.
But you look at something like the major offensive threat that kind of is Raichu, despite it not having any type advantage in the situation, it's still able to hit quite hard. And like you look at stuff like the Volt Tackle or the Nuzzle, which is really going to be a problem for it now that it doesn't have it.
Okay, so I imagine in Arkington's case you'd want to be targeting the Bronzong, because Bronzong, obviously Trick Room is a big threat, and you certainly want speed to be on your side.
The dual sleep as well is a huge issue with the
and Hypnosis and it avoids. And misses. So the Origin Pulse comes out, and here it does
a good 65%
to each of them. Wow.
Ooh.
And the return.
And
returns a crit.
Might just help take out Kyogre here, and that crit definitely made a huge difference.
Yes, it did.
That's one of the things about this one. Learn to predict the
Predict. So we see here that it goes Volt Tackle. Yep. And it goes into the Bronzong.
I think they're definitely trying to remove the possibility of Hypnosis and Trick Room again.
Yeah, so certainly, Arkington's game plan there was to prevent Trick Room going up, which is going to pay dividends for him throughout the entirety of the game. And
one thing we could be looking at, I'm not sure of the Raichu's last move, but a potential for, if it needed a second lot of priority, a quick attack into the Kangaskhan to take out that extra offensive threat might be a possibility. If it's running a quick attack, if not, obviously trying to hope that it just doesn't get taken out in the next turn. Really, just trading Bronzong for Kyogre here. Let's hope that for both players that was worth the trade. Both players choosing their Mon to replace what got taken out in the past turn. Perhaps trying to think also what their opponent might want to bring in order to try to counteract that.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of thinking is going on.
Yeah, these are really taking their sweet time.
It's very important, when
perhaps even just one of them,
come
really
regionals or nationals, we'll certainly have to, come regionals or nationals, we certainly will have to,
These could be two people to definitely look out for.
Yeah, these two could definitely be something to look out for, but obviously also keep in mind as well that they did the 45-second timer.
Indeed, yeah. Not nearly as much time.
More so at nationals. That's when the software usually is used.
Yes.
Okay, so Koga comes in here and takes his primal form, and
the Ferrothorns will come in next.
And Ferrothorn comes in here. So Ferrothorn can also be a bit of a threat to Kyogre, and it remains to be seen, you know, how much damage this Kyogre can deal to Ferrothorn. I believe, I believe Ice Beam is around in most cases a 3-hit KO on Ferrothorn.
Depending on the special defensive investment, it can be a 2-hit if there is none there. And speaking for myself, on my Ferrothorn only takes 2 comfortably. Really depending on the roll there. And one thing we're going to be looking at is the 5-punching Kangaskhan if it wants to take that risk, switching out the Kyogre, because Kyogre is really not appreciating opponent's Pokemon right now with the Raichu and the Ferrothorn.
Certainly correct. So yeah, and you'd think here that the Kyogre might want to get out of here as well, because obviously Arkington has Volt Tackle.
Kangaskhan actually opts to switch.
Okay.
So unless the Kyogre's protecting here, it is... Oh, and here comes Bird of the Talonflame going for that...
Gyro Ball
into the Talonflame slot. They're going to do a nice bit of damage just based on Talonflame's incredible speed.
And Skull that's going on to Raichu, so they'll take out Raichu. Excellent.
Definitely probably opting, Shooter probably opted to get to the Water Spout. They're taking out Raichu and opting to get that extra damage on Ferrothorn. That's definitely going to be something that might come back to haunt Mitch there.
So we see Xerneas come in now, and yeah, so it pretty much looks like you know, Mitch may actually, based on the terms of remaining Pokemon, you know, that Mitch could take this game. However,
I would argue that the potential for the extra bit of damage onto the Xerneas could deliver onto Kyogre and things like that. We need to account for what damage is done.
And of course Ferrothorn will take neutral hits from both Talonflame and Kyogre. Kyogre having Ice Beam obviously, but I would focus my efforts on Xerneas.
I could definitely see the Water Spout coming here, taking the Xerneas and taking out Ferris Bueller, the Ferrothorn, next turn, because the potential there is actually taking out that Talonflame with a Dazzling Gleam Gyro Ball combination. Just getting that bit of chip damage to the Kyogre, so maybe the Water Spout doesn't do as much, letting the Xerneas live. There's a lot of potential here.
So, I mean, Power Whip would arguably be quite good as well. And often protect, yeah, because power is just too much to risk.
Brave Bird there, most likely into the Ferrothorn slot. I would say have some Xerneas.
Xerneas, yeah.
As much damage as possible there. Definitely a good move.
And Gyro Ball, excellent. So
once again opting into that, and I wouldn't be surprised if I saw the Dazzling Gleam.
So yeah, so I can make a really good call there to Gyro Ball. And the Geomancy.
And how long has Trick Room got left? Would that be the potential of Arkington actually taking this game, getting that necessary +2? I believe it is. Yeah. I believe it may be even into the last turn, because in that case, why did Xerneas go last?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's the logic behind my understanding. I could only assume that the Trick Room is still up. The Kangaskhan coming in here. Obviously wanted to probably get some good damage up against the Xerneas, but the Protect there probably definitely the obvious play to try and finish off Kangaskhan and allow both Xerneas and Ferrothorn to deal with Kyogre. I think Arkington definitely is in a much better position here, but you never know. We could see something awfully surprising from either of them. Sometimes the obvious plays are not always the ones they make.
Yes.
And both men here take some time to think about their moves, and definitely them having to think of what the opponent is going to do here. Very crucial. How the momentum shifts on either side of the turn here. Xerneas opting to do the protect.
Yep.
Yeah. Safest play there. The fake out onto the Ferrothorn. Definitely the smart move there, predicting the protect there. And despite taking the Iron Barb's damage, not even able to get it like its second hit. Kangaskhan stopping Ferrothorn from potentially power whipping and giving Kyogre an extra turn.
Yep. Water Spout. So yep, so trying to obviously maximize the amount of damage with Ferrothorn.
Yep.
And
not even a 2-hit KO, really eating that quite well, plus the leftovers recovery.
Yes. Leftovers definitely.
We can definitely see this in Arkington's, especially now that we've got the speed in Arkington's favour.
Yeah. And now Trick Room, now that Trick Room has expired, obviously Xerneas is going to be a massive. You're going to deal a massive amount of damage to Kyogre.
I could definitely see the Moonblast Power Whip combination here, doing everything it can. And there we go, a phenomenal +2 Moonblast. The Scald coming off. Who did he go for? The Xerneas taking it out. However, the Power Whip would need to miss here.
Power would need to miss, yeah.
The Leech Seed!
Okay, so
Arkington opting to go for a
safe.
safe option.
Yeah.
Even though I think both have fairly inaccurate possibilities there. Although, really, we look at it here. Arkington takes control, even in a stall situation, with the leftover recovery and the Leech Seed. There's nothing that Kyogre can do that will take it out in 2 hits. The easy protect here to get extra damage.
It looks like it's looking very likely that Arkington will take this game, and of course,
most definitely
Ferrothorn, is one of the most dreaded Pokemon. It's one of the Pokemon you don't want to be matched up with when it can stall you out near the end game. It can make all that. It's one of those Pokemon that can make all that difference in the end game.
Yeah. The Kyogre living on 3 HP before the end of the game, with Ferrothorn going back to full. And this is definitely going to be the game here.
So Ferrothorn can eat up any and every hit. Even if a freeze occurs here, there's nothing.
And the Gyro Ball, guaranteed 100% accuracy, taking out the 3 HP left on Kyogre. And that is game 1. Oh, that is the match, sorry.
Yeah,
that is the match. Whole tournament going to Arkington.
Whole tournament to Arkington.
Congratulations to Arkington. Congratulations to all the people that participated today.
Yeah.
It was a great tournament, a lot of fun. And,
a lot of fun.
Glad that I got to be on here. So thank you for joining me, Roland.
Thank you for joining me, Mike. And remember, guys, if if you're at home and you live in Sydney, please do come out. Certainly, obviously, EXP Gaming and Games Then, probably run more tournaments in the future, and hopefully at some point in the future we can get sanctioning and get some more events down here, because a lot of people have a lot of people looked at here and said, compared to the other states we don't get as many events, but hopefully running an event like this is a move in the right direction.
Absolutely, I think this is going to be the kind of thing that's going to kind of launch Sydney and trying to give it those extra opportunities, because even those that maybe are just watching the stream today might try to get in, these Pokemon players might try to come into the next EXP Gaming thing, or they might even come into the next PC at maybe Top Right City or a Burwood.
Yeah, and of course remember that the regional season for all of Australia starts I think next weekend with Adelaide.
I think it does, yes.
Yeah, and then followed by New Zealand, Brisbane, New Zealand, Sydney, and Brisbane, then Melbourne last, I believe.
Yeah.
But so obviously, a lot of events coming up, and certainly very crucial, and then obviously followed by nationals up in July.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a huge event, and I can't wait to compete for my first, and I believe your second or third.
Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Mike, thanks again for joining me.
Mate, it's been a pleasure. It was so fun to commentate for you guys and do this for the first time. I can definitely see myself doing more streams like this in the future at EXP Gaming. Of course, guys, always looking at if you're a member in the Australian community, PokeOz or Pokemon Australia on Facebook, EXP Gaming on Facebook, Twitter, and
remember you can also follow people like Mike on Twitter. You also follow people like me on Twitter.
Lumario X there on Twitter for you, Mike the Asylum for me, Lumario on YouTube for you if you want to see more VGC content, Motormouth Mike on mine for some Let's Play content of Pokemon. With a brand new series coming up, which is going to be really exciting for me. Yeah, and also before we end the stream as well, I'd like to say a very big thank you to Stacey. Put into a lot of effort into organising this event. Without her support, this probably wouldn't have gone ahead. So, very big props to her. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're probably rambling on a bit too much, so we'll leave you here, and we'll see you next time. Take care.